The RC Wingers Field in Mooresville, North Carolina, has always offered lots of wide open, unobstructed flying space. And every year the club makes improvements to make it an even better place to fly. The pit area offers lots of protected space, along with work tables and starting stands that accommodate small planes, large planes, and helicopters. And there are large areas to either side of the pits for when we have the bigger crowds for fly-ins. Late last year we added 2 of these large shelters, one to either side of the one that's been at the field for many years. The shelters provide a lot of space for people to get out of the hot Carolina sun in the summers. And these shelters are also pressed into use to protect airplanes during rainstorms. And because of the popularity of electric flight, we've also added a charging station in the last shelter. That charging station is powered by an on-site generator. Last year we cleared the brush and trees from this ditch line along the east end of our 650-foot runway. And that cleared that end of the field for takeoffs and landings, primarily for the bigger airplanes. This year the club expanded this notch at the end of the runway that increases the clearance for takeoffs and landings, again particularly for the bigger planes. While clearing that notch was a lot of work, it greatly expands the area for takeoffs and landings. And that can be a big help for planes that don't have an excess of power. That notch does make landing from the west easier for all kinds of airplanes, but it can be a little deceptive. Those trees are farther back than you appear to be from the pilot stations. But we have lots of room and lots of runway. The east end of the field has a large tree that serves as a rough boundary marker and a turn-in point for getting lined up on the runway. And if you've been around RC flying for a while, you know that this tree has snagged its share of airplanes over the years. But for most, it's a point of education, and from then on, they fly over it on the way to the runway. When taking off to the east, that tree is less of an issue, but as we can see in this video, that tree is a lot farther out than a lot of people think it is. The RC Wingers Flying Field has the facilities that make flying easier and safer. And regardless of what kind of plane you fly, the wide open spaces let you explore your limits and the plane's. Ever wonder what a knife-edge spin looks like from inside the plane? Having such wide open spaces to fly in lets us do things like this without endangering the plane or anybody else. And a fun day of flying always winds up with the plane coming home safe.